You know what I hate? I hate that they put in like dings in songs. So you think you're really super popular and you're getting all these texts and your mom's just not the only one texting you, like in my case. And then I look at my phone and it's like, nope, you're still a loser. No one texted you. Anyways, I've been experiencing this all afternoon because whatever I'm listening to on Pandora is like ding, ding. And the thing is, I don't even leave my phone with the dinger on. It's always on silent, so I must be really wishing I had people in my world who texted me. Anyways, I feel like I'm teaching the same thing over and over and over again, which is why I tell you fun little stories that I'm sure you don't appreciate. We are on page 126. I was 26. Example 1, problem A. We have x is less than 3x plus 8. Ooh. Man, my dog is disgusting right now. And then we have to solve for x. So the first thing we need to do is move the variable term from the right to left side. It's positive 3x, so we do that by subtraction. These cancel. 1x minus 3x is negative 2x is less than 8. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Remember, when you divide or multiply by a negative, when you're doing inequalities, you flip the sign, and then 8 divided by negative 2 is negative 4. That's your answer. I'm not going to graph that. I don't really feel like it. So, don't you wish you had that option in life? The next one is 6x minus 1 is less than or equal to 3.5x plus 4. So, first thing, move the term with the variable from the right to left side. It's positive, so we subtract it from both sides, just like that. These cancel. 6 minus 3.5 is 2.5x. Minus 1 is less than or equal to 4. Then we move the constant from the left to right by adding plus 1 plus 1. These cancel, and we get 2.5x is less than or equal to 5. Divide each side by 2.5. And x equals 2 is less than or equal to 2. So I've been telling you steps along the way. In your first lesson that we learned about this in chapter 1, I wrote those steps down. I noticed that some of you didn't write those steps down in your book. So you have all these examples, which awesome. But if you just have those examples and you don't have the steps of how you got from the first to the second line of work, most likely when you're doing your homework, you're not going to remember. So let's make sure we write those steps down. Step 1 would be distributive property if there was distributive property. Step 2, combine like terms on either side. Don't cross the inequality sign. Step 3, move the term with the variable from the right to left side. Step 4, move the constant from the left to right side. And step 5 is to solve for the variable. Okay? I'm not going to write them all down again because I already wrote them down once. So, next one. We have the following. Let's do a different color. 6 times the quantity 1 minus x is less than 3x. So, step 1, distributive property, right here, right there. So we get 6 times 1, which is 6, minus 6 times x, which is negative 6x, is less than 3x. We want to get the x by itself, right? So we're going to add 6x to both sides so we can have our x's together. And we get 6 is less than 9x. Then we divide each side by 9. These cancel. 6/9, you can divide each one of those by 3. And you get 2/3 is less than x, But remember our little trick here? We want the variable on the left side, so we write the variable on the left side. The alligator mouth is open towards the x, so it's still open towards the x, and we have 2/3. And then we can graph that. Next problem is 1.6x less than or equal to 0.2x plus 0.9. Okay, I don't know what happened. Anyways, I had to rewind. So this is supposed to be a negative. So, get the x by itself, subtract. I did that wrong. Okay, subtract, just kidding. Add 0.2x to both sides, because we got to do the opposite. Boom, boom, those cancel. So we have 1.6 plus 0.2, which is 1.8x is less than or equal to 0.9. And then we divide by 1.8, 1.8, and x is less than or equal to 1/2, or 0.5. But I don't like 0.5. It makes me sad. Okay. Next problem here. You know what else makes me sad? My purple went away. I don't know where it went. Custom color palette. That's just all black colors. You can't see what I'm doing. But I was trying to find other colors. I was unsuccessful. Okay. I'll have you know I just got a text from a real person that lives in Breeze. Oh, and there's another one. So we have x plus 5 is greater than or equal to x plus 3. Okay? Now, we have the same variable, just x on both sides. So, if we were to substitute a number in for x, we would just say that x equals 4, okay? And you would have to substitute x in for 4 for both of them. So, because this one here has a bigger number than you're adding to it, than this one, your solution is all real numbers. Okay, because there is never a time where you could put a number in for x and have the left side be smaller than the right side. Even a negative, if you were to throw in -3, plus 5 is greater than or equal to -3 plus 3. -3 plus 5 is 2, and that's still greater than 0. So this is true if you have x and an x, okay? Next one is 2 parentheses x plus 3 in parentheses is less than 5 plus 2x. Man, I thought I just ruined my whole video and I was going to be so sad. Okay, first thing we do, multiply or distribute. Let's be all technical here. And we get 2x plus 6 is less than 5 plus 2x. Okay, we have a 2x on both sides, so like the problem right before, it's the same. However, this side's constant is bigger than this side's, and it says that this side is always going to be bigger. However, since the constant's smaller on this side, and it says the side with the smaller constant is going to be bigger, if we say that x equals 3, and you do 2 times 3 plus 6 is less than 5 plus 2 times 3, if you were to solve that out, you would have 12 is less than 11. And that's always going to happen because it says the side with the smaller constant is bigger, and it's not. So when that happens, there are no solutions. So today, a lot of you are asking me about my rice cakes and how they were probably just stale. Well, if you would have thought about this, rice cakes are made stale, so I don't think they ever go bad. But I checked my bag, which I'm holding in my hand right now. April 14th, 2018, so I still got a while. Let's see. I think there's a story problem. Oh, look at that. Let's see. The Daily Info, that sounds like a good newspaper, charges a fee of $650. Oh man, that's a lot. Plus $80 per week to run an ad. The People's Paper charges $145 per week. For how many weeks will the total cost at Daily Info be less expensive than the cost at People's Paper? So what they're saying is at Daily Info, we're going to do D.I. You pay a flat fee of $650. My phone's blowing up now, I'm so popular. I jinxed myself the bad way. And then $80 per week. So this is a flat fee. And it's not my mom, if you're wondering. That's supposed to say flat. And then it is, what the heck? $80 weekly. And the People's Paper, PP, is $145 a week. There's no flat fee. Okay, so we want to know how long it's going to take before the People's Paper is more expensive. So we have $650 that we're paying no matter what, plus $80 per week, okay? And we want to know for how long that will be less than $145 per week. So we can subtract 80W minus 80W. These cancel, and we are left with 650 is less than 65W. Divide by 65. And we get 10 is less than W. Or if you're going to graph that on a line, you would have W is greater than 10. So after 10 weeks, People's Paper will be more. After 10 weeks, PP will be more. I think that's all I have for you today because it's fairly similar to what we learned in lesson 1-5. So if you have any questions, you can come ask me. I will be happy to answer them.